Millionaire Tory minister Zac Goldsmith, 48, makes the difficult decision to split from his Rothschild heiress wife Alice, 39, 10 years after their 30-minute wedding, as friends say there's no one else involved. Friends of Tory minister Zac Goldsmith have insisted that there is no one else involved in his split from his Rothschild heiress wife Alice. Before they were married in 2013, Mr. Goldsmith, 48, and Ms Rothschild, 39, were the subject of a tabloid expose because Sheherazade Bentley was still his wife. Now the couple have made the difficult decision to separate, 10 years after their 30-minute wedding. A spokesman for the couple last night confirmed the marriage of Lord Goldsmith, a government minister, had ended after a decade. Alice and Zac have made the difficult decision to separate, the spokesman told this newspaper. They do so amicably and are committed to jointly raising their 3 children in a happy and healthy environment, the spokesman continued. They ask, in the interests of all the family, that the media respects their privacy. Lord Goldsmith, 48, who has an estimated fortune of £300 million, married Ms Rothschild, 39, in 2013. The couple married in a tiny thatched cottage within the London Wetland Centre, a nature reserve in southwest London, which cost just £500 to hire for the evening. Fitting 42 guests at their 30-minute ceremony, Mr. and Mrs. Goldsmith were driven from the bird sanctuary to a grander reception for 170 at Petersham Nurseries in nearby Richmond. The simple event was a far cry from Mr. Goldsmith's first wedding to Sheherazade Bentley in 1999, with their lavish ceremony for 350 people at the Ritz Hotel in London. Their split was prompted by an affair between him and Ms Rothschild, who at the time was also his sister-in-law. In 2009, he announced that he and Sheherazade, the 49-year-old daughter of actress Vivian Ventura and financier John Bentley, had separated and would divorce after 10 years together. Zac's brother Ben, 42, was married to but estranged from Alice's sister Kate, 40, at the time of their wedding. They split in 2012 after Kate allegedly had an affair with American rapper Jay Electronica. Ms Rothschild shared an £18 million inheritance when her father, Amschel, committed suicide in 1996 aged 41. Her now ex-husband's father, financier Sir James Goldsmith, left assets worth around £1.2 billion when he died in 1997. Their split was prompted by an affair between him and Ms Rothschild, who is also his sister-in-law. He lost an estimated £20 million in the settlement. Zac and Alice share 3 children together, 9-year-old daughter Dolly, born in 2013, the year they wed, son Max, 7, and youngest daughter Edie, 5. The announcement of his divorce from Sheherazade came 4 months after Lord Goldsmith, who was an aspiring MP at the time, was reported to have been advised by senior Tories that he should resolve any conflict in his love life. His younger brother, Ben, who was married to Alice's sister Kate Rothschild at the time, was said to have found the situation particularly awkward. Lord Goldsmith, who was an advisor to David Cameron, was given training in preparation for a general election campaign. He was interviewed by an official posing as a journalist and was apparently lost for words when asked, "You cheated on your wife. What's to stop you cheating on your constituents?" His relationship with Alice, the daughter of financier Amschel Rothschild, started in 2006. Gossip soon emerged about him visiting her in the afternoons. Initially, the meetings were explained away as her simply helping him organize a poker tournament because he is an enthusiastic player. Friends insisted he agonized over leaving his wife. His father's love life was unconstrained by hesitation or convention. Aged 20, Jimmy Goldsmith became entranced by the beautiful 18-year-old Isabel Patino, heiress to a Bolivian tin mining fortune. When he sought her hand in marriage from her father, Antenor, the latter allegedly said, "We are not in the habit of marrying Jews." Goldsmith retorted, "And we are not in the habit of marrying Red Indians." Undaunted, or quite possibly spurred on, by his prospective father-in-law's disapproval, he eloped with Isabel in January 1954. But the marriage was cruelly brief. Struck down by a cerebral hemorrhage in her 7th month of pregnancy, Isabel died that May. The couple's child, also named Isabel, survived. His second wife was Jeanette Larry, daughter of a Paris metro worker, who he encountered when she came to work for him as a secretary 2 years after Isabel's death. Theirs could not be described as an exclusive relationship. By the time Jeanette gave birth to a son, Maynes, in 1959, Goldsmith was having an affair with Sally Crichton Stewart, later to marry the Aga Khan. The pattern continued after Goldsmith and Jeanette married in 1963, and had a daughter, Alex, who was born the following year. By then he had switched much of his attention to Lady Annabel Burleigh, beautiful daughter of the Marquess of Londonderry, and wife of Mark Burleigh, founder of Mayfair's most dazzling nightclub, named Annabel's in her honor. More than a decade later Goldsmith divorced Jeanette, after which he married Lady Annabel, by then also divorced, in 1978. With her, he had Jemima, the film producer, and 2 sons, Zac and Ben, a financier and former government advisor on the environment. Yet he continued to divide his time between his new family in England, with whom he lived on the edge of Richmond Park, southwest London, and his previous one in Paris, asserting that not one iota of his relationship with Jeanette had been changed by divorce. Zac became an MP at the 2010 general election, capturing Richmond Park from the Liberal Democrats. He increased his majority at the 2015 election.